remember when I lost my mind.
So far, we have looked at the outside of the ARTEL pellet stove. We have seen various parts and components. But how does a pellet stove work?
And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch.
Let's go inside and imagine following a pellet slug on its journey through the stove.
I just knew too much.
Our pellet is added to those already in the tank. The Model 8 tank can hold up to 15 kilograms of pellets, while the Model 12 tank can hold up to 25 kilograms.
Does that make me crazy?
The pellet is collected by the worm screw and falls into the combustion chamber. When operating, the stove continuously communicates with the user, describing its every move. In the pellet loading phase, an LED lights up each time pellets are dropped into the combustion chamber. Ignition is carried out with an electronic trigger, eliminating the need for matches or firelighters. The ignition occurs with the help of an electronic resistance, which is positioned behind the brazier and which is ventilated by room temperature air drawn through the air inlet on the back of the stove. The air heats up quickly upon contact with the resistance and then transmits the heat energy to the pellets in the brazier, causing them to ignite.
I think you're crazy, just like me.
Once combustion has started in the combustion chamber, the air heats up. A fan then pushes the air towards the stainless steel tubing of the heat exchanger, which absorbs as much heat energy as possible. The stove then expels the flue gas through a dedicated exhaust system. The flue gas is directed towards a flue and is dispersed outside the building. The stove constantly checks the exhaust temperature. The lower the exhaust temperature, the better the stove, since it is able to hold the hot flue gas inside for as long as possible, discharging it when it is cold and thus fully exploiting the combustion heat. Again, the stove advises the user of his activities. An LED lights up when the flue gas is expelled. In this phase, the air heats up through thermal exchange and is pushed up through the fins towards the room. Horizontal tubes increase the performance by keeping the heat inside as the air is directed towards the domestic environment. Also here, the stove advises the user of its activities. The display continuously indicates the stove temperature. The stove operation is regulated by an electronic circuit which controls the desired temperature, the air inlet velocity and therefore the flame intensity, the pellet loading frequency, and the exhaust fan velocity, improving the stove efficiency to up to 80%. From this moment onwards, until the eventual shutdown for lack of pellets, the stove continues operating with complete autonomy, managing all the combustion parameters.
This feeling's much too strong. My heart is ringing and I'm singing this song for you. And I like you, yeah, I like you. And I like you, I like you, I like you.
The stove has reached a steady state. During operation, a flow of air is projected over the ceramic glass of the combustion chamber. This air keeps the glass clean during the stove operation, as the ceramic glass, resistant to up to 750 degrees centigrade, is protected from the lick of the flame and resulting soot deposits. As the glass remains perfectly clean, the user can enjoy the unhindered view of the flames, as well as the warmth that the stove offers. During the operation of the stove, the ashes deposit in the ash straw. The The volume of ash produced by the combustion is only about 1% of the pellets burned, assuming that the pellets in question are of high quality. For this reason, as well as for performance motives, the exclusive use of high-quality ARTEL pellets is advisable.
Honey, honey, I'm honey, honey, honey. Sit down, give me your hand. I'm gonna tell you the future.
The heat produced by the ARTEL stove is dry and pleasant. Because it is dry, it is advisable to use the special water basin in order to maintain optimum humidity. As the stove heats up, the water evaporates and water vapor diffuses throughout the room. A small bottle of balsamic essential oil is included with the stove. This oil has been specially developed to clear the respiratory canal of congestions caused by seasonal illnesses, colds, hoarseness, allergies, and even common bacteria and mites, which are often present in the home.